this video, I'm going to walk you through the top 3 foods I consistently recommend to start the day with in ADHD, and more importantly, why they matter from a brain chemistry and a functional medicine perspective. These are foods I use personally and foods I see make a real difference in my patients. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Dan Sullivan. I'm a licensed naturopathic medical doctor, a certified functional medicine practitioner, and I also have ADHD. This channel is about evidence-based root cause education for ADHD, beyond medication alone. When we talk about why breakfast matters in ADHD, it really comes down to fuel. What you eat in the morning, or whether you eat at all, directly affects blood sugar, brain energy, and focus. And this is especially important in ADHD, where attention and emotional regulation are already more sensitive. Skipping breakfast is incredibly common in ADHD. Many people rely on coffee, aren't hungry in the morning, are too rushed, or simply forget to eat. But when the brain isn't fueled, it ends up running on stress hormones instead, which can look like anxiety, irritability, scattered focus, or a crash a few hours later. That's why the goal of breakfast in ADHD isn't perfection, it's stability. And the 3 foods I'm about to share do exactly that. They support blood sugar, brain chemistry, and mental clarity, which is why I recommend them so consistently. So let's start with the first one. Eggs. Eggs are one of the most powerful foundational foods for the ADHD brain. First, they're a high-quality source of protein. Protein is essential for stabilizing blood sugar and supporting neurotransmitter production. Dopamine, which is central to focus, motivation, and executive function, is made from amino acids, which come from protein. If protein intake is low, dopamine production becomes less reliable, especially earlier in the day. When someone with ADHD skips protein at breakfast, they often feel fine for an hour or two and then suddenly crash. Focus drops, irritability increases, and cravings can kick in. That's not a willpower issue, that's simply physiology. Eggs also contain omega-3 fatty acids, especially when you're choosing pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched. Omega-3s support the structure and fluidity of brain cell membranes, which affects how efficiently neurons communicate with each other. Better signaling means better focus, processing speed, and emotional regulation. Many people with ADHD are low in omega-3 fatty acids, and these can be tested in the blood. For more information about that, check out this video that explains omega-3 testing in much more depth. Another nutrient in eggs is choline, which is often overlooked. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in attention, memory, learning, and cognitive processing speed. Many people with ADHD are functionally low in choline, and eggs are one of the richest dietary sources available. When patients increase choline intake, they often describe feeling more mentally organized, like their thoughts are less scattered and more accessible. In real life, this might look like having eggs with avocado, vegetables, or olive oil instead of cereal or a bagel. The goal is to anchor the meal with protein and healthy fats so blood sugar stays stable. The second food is spinach. Spinach is incredibly underrated when it comes to ADHD support. One of the biggest reasons is iron. Iron is required for dopamine production and oxygen delivery to the brain. Low iron, especially low ferritin, is extremely common in people with ADHD, and it's something I see missed on labs all the time. When iron stores are low, people often experience fatigue, brain fog, poor concentration, and exercise intolerance. Even if serum iron and hemoglobin look normal, ferritin can still be low enough to affect brain function. Spinach also contains magnesium, which is one of the most important minerals for nervous system regulation. Magnesium helps to calm excess excitatory signaling in the brain. It supports emotional regulation and plays a key role in sleep quality. Low magnesium can worsen anxiety, irritability, muscle tension, and restlessness, all things that overlap heavily with ADHD. On top of that, spinach is rich in antioxidants, which help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain. Neuroinflammation doesn't cause ADHD, but it can absolutely worsen symptoms like brain fog, mental fatigue, and emotional reactivity. Consuming spinach doesn't need to be complicated. It can be lightly sauteed into eggs, blended into a smoothie, or added to a breakfast bowl. And the third food is blueberries. Blueberries are one of the most researched fruits when it comes to brain health. They're rich in antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins and proanthocyanidins. These compounds help to reduce oxidative stress in the brain, support blood flow, and protect neurons from damage. This is especially important in ADHD, where the brain tends to be metabolically more demanding. Blueberries have also been shown to support memory, processing speed, and cognitive flexibility, all areas that tend to be challenged in ADHD. Another key benefit is their role in the gut-brain axis. The polyphenols in blueberries feed beneficial gut bacteria, which then produce compounds that influence inflammation, neurotransmitter balance, and even stress resilience. A healthier gut environment supports a more regulated brain. One important point here is pairing. Blueberries are best paired with protein and fat. When eaten alone, even healthy carbs can spike blood sugar. But when combined with eggs, yogurt, nuts, or seeds, they provide brain benefits without destabilizing energy. So this might look like blueberries alongside eggs and greens, or added to a protein-rich smoothie rather than eaten by themselves. When you put these three foods together, eggs, spinach, and blueberries, you're supporting blood sugar stability, dopamine production, nervous system regulation, and brain protection all at once. I often tell patients that breakfast is either setting their brain up for stability or creating chaos they have to fight against all day. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more evidence-based ADHD content. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one to address ADHD from a root cause perspective, check the link in the description to set up a discovery call.